Welcome to Sumpter Field here in Bryan, Ohio, as we have the 16-3 Tinora Rams visiting your 12-9 Bryan Golden Bears. This is the Bryan Athletic Boosters countdown to first pitch. We'll be right back with more after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Today's game is brought to you by Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. So, Bryan and Tinora, their last meeting, May 12, 2023. Tinora defeated Bryan 1-0. In the last 2 years, the game has been canceled due to weather, so very lucky today to have a nice day. For the Tinora Rams, their coach Eric Tipton, his first season, he's 16-3-1 and led them to the top of the GMC. Pretty tough schedule. Started off with a tie against Patrick Henry and then worked their way pretty well through the GMC. There's those standings. Tinora and Fairview each had a share of the league at 6-1. Tonight's national anthem is sponsored by Veteran Services of Williams County.
Order to honor America and the brave men and women who serve to protect those freedoms, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And here we go. We're ready to go. We'll take a look at Bryan here.
The Bryan Golden Bears are coached by fifth-year coach Corey Walker. He's 63-60 on his whole career. Pretty hard schedule so far. Their big wins include Montpelier, TCC last night, Swanton. They finished in 5th in NWOAL.
Yep, led out there by Patrick Henry and Matt Heber. Tinora sent us some keys to the game. Throw strikes and compete on the mound is #1, and I think that's big for a lot of teams nowadays, is getting the ball in the zone and trying to make Bryan hit it. Play a clean game defensively. That's what every team wants to do, and so they're going to look to not give Bryan anything for free and then just put the ball in play offensively to put pressure on the defense.
Bryan keys of the game include get ahead on the count, command the strike zone, make routine plays. They can't let any mistakes control this game, and produce at-bats throughout the game. They got to get hot. Last night, it was not until the 8th inning until they got hot.
Yep. Tonight's umpires will be Nick Damon and Cody Meyer. Yep. Keys to the game are sponsored by the Carling Company. The Carling Company Realty and Auctioneers have been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They have consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. Your game official is brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center. Tri-State Vision Center has been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all of your eye care needs. And we're going to be headed here into first pitch. It'll be Quinn Green up to, and it's Ryan Mills for Tinora. Green, the wind and pitch. Misses high, ball 1. Quinn gets ready quick, takes a look back in. Here's the pitch. Misses just low and outside, 2-0. Quinn Green, the 2-0. And that one's in there, 2-1 now. Trying to battle back here. Ryan Mills hasn't gotten the bat off his shoulder so far. The pitch, this one hit right back up the middle for a base hit. And that would be the first base runner on the Main Stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near Main Stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. And so a single for Ryan Mills. That'll bring up Avery Moser. So the senior second baseman here for Tinora. Quinn holds the runner on, takes a peek. The pitch. And squares to bunt, does get the bunt off. Uran will field it at third, throw to first bare hand, and he gets him loose with a great stretch and a great play from Uran from third.
Owen Reynolds.
I'll bring up Owen Reynolds. Owen Reynolds in 228 with 15 RBIs.
So this will bring up Owen Reynolds for Tinora as Green will step off and wipe his face. Mills at second. Here comes the pitch. That one just a bit high, ball 1. That one in there at 63. Comes the 1-0. That one's in there, strike 1, 1-1. One's across the board. Comes the 1-1 from Green. Misses outside, 2-1. So Quinn has been behind in most of these counts, and I think the hitters are liking that. Swung on, hit straight back. That'll make it 2-2. Green with his 10th pitch so far. The 2-2. Swung on, hit left field line, fair ball, that'll get down. Mills will score from second, and Reynolds will stay at first for an RBI single to start this one out for Tinora. So this will bring up Parker Hancock.
Hancock. Second team all GMC hitting 321 with the homer, 21.
Hancock will hold for time.
Always a threat to steal.
Here comes Green. And just misses. 1-0. Well, Green trying to put some in the zone, but everyone he's put in the zone has been for a hit. Here's the pitch. Misses just outside. 2-0. Trying to keep himself out of a sticky situation. Reynolds at first. Takes a pretty good lead. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit straight up and out of play behind the dugout. Well, that'll put him at 2-1. Green trying to battle back here. The sophomore pitcher alternates between JV and pitching for the varsity. Green peers in at Camden Bukowski behind the plate. Now he's got to pick off to first. Just in there. Reynolds has been taking a pretty good lead over there at first. Green comes set. Comes to 2-1. That ball is in there. Strike 2, 2-2. Well, Green looking for his put-out pitch here. Comes to 2-2. Swung on, hit high, hit deep into left center field, and that ball will get down and one hops the wall. Welling will try to get it in. He'll throw the cutoff to Hunter Watson, and the runner will hold at third for a double for Parker Hancock. And that will advance Reynolds from first all the way to third. So now second and third with one down. That ball was crushed, and lucky for Quinn Green, we're playing in Sumpter Field. That ball is probably gone most places. Well, Green will get back in there. Hancock at second, Reynolds at third. This will bring up Alan Birchfield. This is just a bit low. First and third baseman playing a little bit in, maybe ready for a squeeze play here. He ran and loose in the infield grass. Green comes set. Here comes the 1-0. That one's in there. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third for Alan Birchfield. Here's the pitch. That one outside. 2-1. Birchfield trying to add to the 1-0 Tinora lead. Green comes set, the pitch. This one golfed into left center. Carlin will move over, makes the play. He'll throw it in. It'll be cut off by Luce. Reynolds will score from third, so a sacrifice fly. And an RBI for Alan Birchfield. Then bring up Owen Farrell. So Green trying to get out of this one with just giving up 2. 2 down, runner on second. Here's the pitch. Misses just a bit low. 1-0. Green the pitch. This one hit straight up in the air. Loose calls everyone else off, makes the catch, and that'll be the inning. We will be right back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Tinora takes a 2-0 lead.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back to Ray Sumpter Field here in Bryan, Ohio. We'll give you some lineups here for Bryan. Cade Carlin, the center fielder, will lead off with Tucker Miller and Carter Luce behind him. In cleanup will be Camden Bukowski and Hunter Watson in at the 5-hole. Bryce Welling in at the 6-hole, and Jacob Uran, Cole Carlin, and Jake Arnold will end them off. Defensive lineup for Tinora. It'll be Alan Birchfield pitching, Doug Hattemer behind the plate, Parker Hancock at first, Avery Moser, Owen Farrell, and Grady Stark around the infield. Liam Benfeld in left, Owen Reynolds in center, and Ryan Mills in right. Starting lineups are sponsored by Edward Jones. Life is full of moments that matter. Let us help you get ready for that next moment. Contact Brian Edwards Jones Financial Advisors, Melissa Stockman, and April Whitty on North Main Street at 419-633-0647, member SIPC. Well, a great starting out there in the first inning. 3 hits, 2 runs, and some very hard hit balls. Some great at-bats, too. They're going to head in the count, which that was one of their keys to the game. So, for Bryan, it'll be Cade Carlin up to bat against the pitcher Alan Birchfield. Temperatures here in Bryan, Ohio, 67, cloudy, southwest winds going at 9 miles per hour. Weather today is brought to you by Bryan Ford Lincoln. Bryan Ford Lincoln located at 920 North Main Street, where good value means a great deal. So it'll be Cade Carlin into Tucker Miller. Into Carter Luce in the 3-hole. Here's the pitch. This one hit over the head of the third baseman, spiked into the ground, but that'll be a first pitch single for Cade Carlin. So Tucker Miller, seniors playing second tonight, up to bat. Carlin always a danger at first base. Here's the pitch. Miller hits it, this one foul over the first base dugout. 0-1. Miller with a walk-off last night, trying to keep some of that momentum going. Birchfield takes a long peer over at first at Carlin. Comes the 0-1. And showed bunt. That ball in the dirt. He pulls back. 1-1. So Miller looks out at Birchfield. Here comes the pitch. Outside. Enfield looked at picking back on Carlin there at first. 2-1. I'd be surprised to see some movement here from first. Here comes a 2-1 from Birchfield. He's going to pick off, and Carlin will be back in there safely. So Miller back in there for the 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. Is outside. They will back pick this time. Carlin is in there safely. 3-1 though. He missed outside.
Doug Hatter's done a fantastic job behind the plate this year. You couldn't ask for anything more. What Hatter's done behind the plate for the Rams, baseball team, and the pitching staff.
Hattenberg was looking to back pick there. Here's the 3-1. This one fouled straight back, out of play, and we'll have a full count. Tucker Miller trying to get something going here for the Golden Bears. Getting some of those runs back from the first. Birchfield comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses low, and he walked him. So we will have runners on first and second with nobody out, and that'll bring up Carter Luce, the first baseman.
On that second, Miller on at first. Actually, 2-0 with those 2 runs in the
So runners on first and second. Carter Luce. Birchfield looks at Carlin at second. Now peers in the pitch. Shows to bunt. Birchfield misses low. Ball 1. Wouldn't be surprised to see a sac bunt here from Luce with runners on first and second. First baseman in. Miller can get a pretty sizable lead here. Birchfield takes a look at second. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, hit high, but not too deep into left center field. And they will make the catch. And that'll be 1 down as runners will hold at first and second.
The catcher, number 17.
It'll be Bentfeld on left field. And that'll bring up Camden Bukowski, the catcher tonight.
15 RBIs and 2 solo bases. That's from the right side of the plate.
Bukowski in the box. Comes the delivery from Birchfield. This one hit down left field line, but foul. And that'll put him down 0-1 in the count. On deck is Hunter Watson, who's had a very hot bat. Birchfield comes set. And we'll pick off back to second. Carlin in there easily. Birchfield takes a pier at second. Here's the pitch. This one hit into center. And moving back on it is Owen Reynolds, who will make the catch. Runners will hold at first and second. 2 down for Hunter Watson now. Hunter Watson, his bat has been on fire, hitting .414 with 11 ribbies and an OPS over 1,000. Trying to do something here with a runner in scoring position, another on first with 2 down. Birchfield comes set. Here he will step off. No one there at second. Watson. He's ready. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Miller scampers back as Hadmer faked the throw back. 2-0 Tinora here in the bottom of the first. Watson trying to get one back for Bryan. Runners on first and second. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off behind the first base dugout and out of play. That drone better watch out back there. Oh, now down 0-2. Got to protect. Birchfield comes set. Peers in. The 0-2. Misses low. They will back pick towards Miller, and Cade definitely could have gotten to third and hesitated, and he was not happy there. So that ball kind of trickled down the first base line, and Carlin, with his speed, definitely could have had third. So now 1-2 for Watson. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Birchfield is set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, kind of leaned out to get it into left field. And Benfeld will make the catch, and that'll be the inning. We'll be right back here for the second inning on the Bryan Golden Bears Sports Network.
If you served, you may qualify for VA health care, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
Welcome back to Sumpter Field here in Bryan, Ohio. As the Tinora Rams are up in a 2-0 game against the Bryan Golden Bears going into the top of the second. Quinn Green with 21 pitches in the first inning will be back on the mound. Up for Tinora will be Colton Snyder, Doug Hadmer, and Liam Benfeld. So, first inning, Tinora got out quick. Bryan had 2 on base with nobody out and still couldn't get it done.
One thing that Bryan really needs to focus on is not leaving their players on the bases. That's something that hurt them last night.
Yep. Scoring the runners when they get on. It was 2 good at-bats from Cade Carlin, who had a first pitch single, and then Tucker Miller, who took a walk. Well, Snyder's ready. As he comes up to the plate, Green comes set on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit high, but pretty shallow and right. Jake Arnold comes down and makes the play. 1 down. So that'll be out number 1 as the catcher, Doug Hadmer, will come up to the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Blew it past him at 78. Green, the 0-1. Swung on, hit straight back. 0-2. Doug Hadmer, a great catcher for Tinora. Makes his money behind the plate. Here comes the 0-2. Misses high. 1-2. He gets going pretty quick. Here comes the 1-2. He thought about it. 2-2, misses low. So top of the second here. Quinn Green comes set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the high heat. So that'll be 2 down. A Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. That'll bring up the left fielder, Liam Benfeld. Green, the pitch. Strike 1 called. 0-1. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Quinn on the mound quickly. Here comes the 0-2. Misses outside, and he'll go all the way back to the backstop. 1-2. Oh, Benfield Down to the count 1-2, trying to come back. Here comes the pitch from Green. Swung on and hitting the shallow left center. That ball will get down. That was a good set of hitting there for Benfeld. So a 2-out single will bring us back to the top of the order. It'll be Ryan Mills, hitting .297 on the year, has a home run and 11 RBIs, a .785 OPS. Well, Green was moving very quickly through this part of the inning. But a 2-out single may disrupt his plans. Green takes a look back at first. Here comes the pitch. Misses low. It'll go off Camden's helmet and it'll roll all the way towards the first base dugout. And so Benfeld will go to second on a wild pitch. That ball bounced up and off Camden's helmet. So now it'll be 1-0. So it'll be 1-0 here for Ryan Mills. Comes the pitch. Swung on, hit into center, and that ball will get down. Carlin catches it on a hop. He's going to throw home. It's cut by loose. Throw to the plate, and he is out at the plate. A great relay from the center fielder, Cade Carlin, to Carter Luce to the catcher, Camden Bukowski, and they will get out of the inning. And we will be right back here for the bottom of the second. 2-0 Tinora on the Bryan Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back to the Golden Bears Sports Network here at Ray Sumpter Field in Bryan, Ohio. So it'll be Cooper Beltran and Tucker Watson here on the call. Tucker Watson, a late addition to the team. So a great relay to end the inning after a 2-out single with the runner on second. Ryan Mills was the single and Benfeld was the retiree at the plate as he was rounding third. A great relay. Carlin caught it on the hop. Through to Luce, the first baseman, who gunned it home, and Bukowski with a great tag. Well, that'll bring us to the bottom of the second. Tinora still holding on to a 2-0 lead. And it will be the bottom half of the lineup as we have Welling, Uran, and Carlin due up. Welling will try to get him started here. Last inning, had 2 runners on with nobody out, just couldn't advance them. Trying to replicate something similar here, but hopefully get him home. Here's the pitch. Misses up and in as Welling leans out of the way. 1-0. So, the 1-0. Swung on, he checks. He did not. The appeal down to first. 2-0. Bryce Welling hitting .311. No home runs, 8 ribbies, and a .777 OPS. This is his first at bat of the day. Comes the pitch. Swung on, a big cut. He fouls it straight back. 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit straight in the air. Tinora will talk about it. The second baseman will run in and make the catch. And that is Avery Moser calling off the first baseman, Parker Hancock. And that'll bring up number 11, Jacob Uran. Had a big double last night in their win over TCC in the 6th inning. Comes Birchfield. This low appeal to first. He did not go around. 1-0. Birchfield comes ready, the 1-0. This is just outside, 2-0. Urian trying to warm his bat up a little bit. Comes the 2-0. Misses low, 3-0. Turn up a good at bat here. And that'll be big for Bryan, getting runners on base and threatening Tinora. Birchfield. Here comes the 3-0. Miss. Oh, he hit the outside half. 3-1. So Birchfield moving pretty quickly, only 23 pitches so far. Trying to come back in this count. Here comes the 3-1. Misses low, and Uran will take. Didn't even swing the bat. And so he will move to first with one runner on. It'll be Cole Carlin with one down here in the bottom of the second. His first at bat of the day. On deck is Jake Arnold. Birchfield peers in. Comes a pitch. This is low. 1-0. So some great at bats here for Bryan so far. Already walking 2 walks. So Birchfield takes a peer over at first. Now comes set. The 1-0. This is outside. They're going to back pick, and it goes down the right field line. Uran will get to second at least, and he will stop there. So a back pick, which has been common for Doug Hadamer. And so, but an error as he throws it down the first base line, and it was just a little too inside. So Uran will advance to second, and it'll be 2-0 for Cole Carlin. Comes the 2-0. That one outside as well, 3-0. So now Birchfield just trying to get something going, trying to put it in the zone here. Carlin is ready. Here comes the 3-0 from Birchfield. That one in there, he looked like he didn't even have an idea of swinging the bat on that one. That'll move us to 3-1. Moran will take not a very sizable lead from second. Birchfield will still hold him on. Here comes the 3-1. Misses low, he walked him. So that'll put us runners on first and second in the 9th hole. Jake Arnold, the freshman. And it looks like we will have a mound visit. A good mound visit gets the game back on track in the right trench. This company can do the same for your home or farm. From water mains to sewer laterals and farm field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing. Call 419-630-0729. We do it right the first time. So you talk about situations here. You get him back on track.
Yep, he needs to find the strike zone.
Yeah, right now he's allowing too many walks and not really making Bryan put it in play. You got to trust your defense, put it in the strike zone, and let the defense make the plays. So you have the bottom of the lineup. You have first and second, one out. You still have a chance at all three. You have a force out at all 3 bases. So you talk about that a little bit, and we'll talk about just finding it. Find the strike zone, figure out what pitches are working, what's not. As the freshman Jake Arnold will come up in 302 on the year with a home run, 9 ribbies, and a 763 OPS, trying to drive in a run here. So Birchfield, here's the pitch. And it almost hit Arnie, got out of the way, but it'll go all the way to the backstop. Both runners will advance to second and third. He barely got out of the way, and it ticked off of the catcher. So now trying to get defensive alignments here. Corners are in for Tinora. 1-0. Here comes Birchfield to the plate. This one is a strike. 1-1 on the outside half. So ones will run wild. Here's the pitch. Misses low, and this one will go to the backstop. Uran did not move. So 2-1 as Coach Corey Walker does not seem pleased. So it'll be 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out as a hesitation from Uran at third. Birchfield trying to find some strikes here. 2 wild pitches so far this at bat, and he's already walked 3 batters. So the corners will come in. Arnold looking for his pitch. Here's Birchfield. Swung on and golfed it down the first base line, and it'll go against the fence and be foul as Parker Hancock was chasing after that one. So that'll make it 2-2. Birchfield fights back. Arnold trying to get something going here for the Bears. Tying run on second. He's a go-ahead run here in the bottom of the second. Tinora leads 2-0 on 4 hits. Bryan with just 1. Here comes the pitch from Birchfield. Golfed it again down the first base line, and this time Hancock will make the play. And that'll put us at 2 down. And Birchfield has a good chance here to get out of this. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. It'll be Cade Carlin. 1 for 1 on the day as he had a first pitch ball that he kind of spiked into the ground and it went over the third baseman's head. Everyone's ready. Birchfield the pitch. Strike 1, maybe a bit low, but it'll be 0-1 nonetheless. Comes the 0-1. Hit straight in the air down the first base line, but this one will go out of play. So 0-2 behind the count now. Birchfield's done a great job battling back, putting balls in the strike zone. Miller on deck. Cade up to bat. Cole Carlin on second. Jacob Uran on third. 0-2. Birchfield trying to get out of the inning. Time called by Cade. And now everyone's ready. Here comes the 0-2. Just missed outside, 1-2. I think he feel like he was getting that call earlier in the day. So now a 1-2, and Birchfield will step off as the catcher Doug Hattemer kind of pats his chest like, on me. Here comes the 1-2. Misses low, 2-2. Carlin battles back to an even count. 2 runs wild. 2-2 count, 2 down. Here comes Birchfield, the pitch. Swung on, hitting the gap. That'll get through. Cole Carlin will round third. He's headed home. The ball gets past the left fielder, and Cade is into second with a 2 RBI double, and we are tied at 2. So a single there for Carlin. And then he moved to second on the error in left field by Benefeld. So it'll be really only 1 ribby there for Cade, but he'll probably get 2 in the books. And Miller fouls this one out to the right side. 0-1. So now the go-ahead run at second is Carlin. That ball just kind of snuck in between the shortstop and the third baseman. And then the left fielder could not field it cleanly, which allowed Cole to score from second. Comes the pitch. That one's in there, and he's quickly down 0-2. So Birchfield will peer in. Nods him off. Now comes set. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And so that will take us to the third inning. Now tied up 2-2 on a 2 RBI single from Cade Carlin. We'll be right back on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Welcome back on the Golden Bears Sports Network here at Sumpter Field as we have the old Bryan Golden Bears versus the Tinora Rams. Last inning, Bryan tied it up at 2 as a Cade Carlin single into left allowed Jacob Uran to score from third, and then the left fielder bobbled it, which allowed Cole Carlin to score from second and Cade Carlin to advance to second, where then Tucker Miller was put down. So 2-2 here going into the third. We're back to even. And Quinn Green moved pretty quickly through the last inning, and then a 2-out rally from Tinora put a runner on second, and then a single was hit, but luckily the relay cut him down. Quinn Green so far 2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, and a strikeout. For Tinora, it'll be the 2-hole batter, Avery Moser, and then Owen Reynolds and Parker Hancock on deck and in the hole, respectively. So, Avery Moser had a ground out last inning. Here's the pitch. Misses high and in, ball 1. That one came in there at 76. Green peers in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit a ton in the left field, but Welling will get under it. Makes the catch, 1 down. That ball was hit pretty well, but Welling was playing decently deep there and left. So, the 3-hitter, Owen Reynolds, will come up to the plate, a single earlier today, and an RBI. Green comes set. Here's the pitch. That ball's in there, 0-1. Green ready quickly. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. That ball in the dirt. A nasty pitch that got him swinging. Well, Green, here comes the 0-2. Misses just high. 1-2. Comes the 1-2. Swung on and just gets a piece of it to foul it back. 1-2. Green will step off. Reynolds will hold for time. Green comes set. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's a Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Parker Hancock will come up now. He had a double in the 2-run Tinora first inning. Green up to 40 pitches now. Two down, nobody on. Here comes the pitch. And strike 1 called on the outside half. That's a good start there. Carlin will shade a little bit into left center, not too much. Here comes the pitch. Just inside as Hancock kind of turned away. He had a little discussion with the umpire there. Comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss out of his shoes as he falls out of the box. So it'll be 1-2 here as he came out smiling.
home run swing right
Yeah,
there.
he was looking for it. It's hard to hit one here, but that would be the swing for it. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, third baseline, fair ball as it hopped over the base and was just inside the line. Hancock headed to second. He'll be in there easily with a stand-up double, his second of the game. So with 2 down, and that'll bring up Alan Birchfield. Hit a sac fly earlier for an RBI. So it'll be Green here. Comes the pitch. Strike one. A great pitch from Green there. Quinn Green comes set very quickly. Now we'll step off. Green works pretty quick. Gets his call and he hurls it. Comes set. Take one peek at second. Now throw. 0-1. Is a strike. 0-2. So trying to get out of this one. Tinora looking for a 2-out rally. Comes the 0-2. Swung on. Hit to short. That'll be Watson. Watson to first. Makes the play. Brings him off the bag, but he tags the runner. And that will be the top of the third. And we'll be right back here in a tie game on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Welcome back to Bryan, Ohio on the Golden Bears Sports Network here at Sumpter Field. Bryan Golden Bears versus the Tinora Rams, and 2-2 still. It stays there from the second inning. Tinora scored 2 in the first, and Bryan came back and scored 2 in the bottom of the second. 2-out rally attempt there from Parker Hancock, who got on second. Was quickly put down as Quinn Green got a ground out. So due up for Bryan will be Carter Luce, Camden Bukowski, and Hunter Watson. Carter Luce continuing his career at Beloit College. Up in Wisconsin, hitting .328 on the season, 15 ribbies, and an OPS of .828. Birchfield will still be the pitcher here, as he ended the last inning at the plate. He's at 42 pitches. Loose 0 for 1 on the day with a flyout. Well, Birchfield struggled to find the strike zone for a little bit there in the bottom of the second, and a meeting on the mound was called, and he started to find it after that. So Moose will be up, 15 ribbies. Comes the pitch. Misses low, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Misses high, 2-0. So Birchfield misses low and then misses high, trying to find something in the middle. Birchfield winds and deals. This one's in there, strike 1. We'll put us at 2-1. Comes the 2-1. Swung on and hit high, but not very deep into the left. Ranging over is... Ooh, he makes the catch. almost lost it in the wind for a second, but leaned over and made the catch. In left field is Benfeld. So that'll bring up Camden Bukowski, the junior catcher. Birchfield kind of battled back in that at bat as he got behind quickly, 2-0. Bukowski flew out his first time around. Comes a pitch. Misses outside, 1-0. Comes a pitch. That ball is a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Hunter Watson awaits on deck. Comes a 1-1. Swung on, hit straight up the middle, a backhand play from Owen Hancock, and Owen Farrell, and he throws on to Hancock for the out. So that'll bring up Hunter Watson. A good backhanded play from Owen Farrell there at second base.
We'll bring up the number 5 hitter, the shortstop, Hunter Watson. Watson 0 for 1, flew out 2 games, all in left in the first.
So, fly out for Watson. Comes the pitch. Swung on and down the third base line, but foul.
Winner for Tinora, 2 runs, 1 hit.
Here comes the 0-1. This one just a bit outside, kind of hits off Hadmer, and that'll make it 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 down. Here comes Birchfield, the pitch. Misses low. Another frame job there from Hadmer as he lets another ball go to the backstop. So it'll be 2-1 for Watson here, as Birchfield will try to battle back. Birchfield comes set. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, hit straight to the third baseman, a hard hit ball, but he throws on to first and gets the out for the 3rd out of the inning. So we will be headed to the top of the 4th, all tied up at 2. Right back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back on the Golden Bears Sports Network here at Sumpter Field. The non-conference matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Tinora Rams. We are all knotted up at 2 here in the top of the 4th as Quinn Green will head back out. Tinora has 2 runs on 6 hits, but 2 errors. Bryan with 2 runs, 2 hits, and has so far played a pretty clean game. Birchfield's issue has just been not being able to find the strike zone and not really keeping runners off the base path.
Last inning was a lot better than the second, but
yes,
he still has a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, much better last inning. Got behind in a few counts, but then put him in the zone, and Bryan hit their way into outs. A fly out, a ground out, another ground out. So not really going for the strikeouts, but if he could just put him in, make him put him in play, and trust his defense behind him, he's got a good defense. So up for Tinora, it'll be the shortstop Owen Farrell. 0 for 1 on the day with a pop out, and then it'll be Colton Snyder and Doug Hadmer on deck. So wind's blowing straight out into center. Comes a pitch. Squares to Bunn, but it'll be a strike in there as he pulled back. 0-1. Uran playing in just inside the base path, and Luce playing deep that first base line. A check swing, it'll hit towards Uran. Uran down to first, misses high, and Farrell will avoid the tag. And that'll be a error on Jacob Uran at third. So Luce could not do what he did last inning. He was not very happy down there at first. Uran had some time. Now bring up Colton Snyder. Runner on first, nobody out. This one misses high, 1-0. So Owen Farrell will be the runner on first. Green comes set, takes a peek over first. Now he'll pick off, and he is just back in there. A great pickoff move. Farrell had a pretty decent lead. So the 1-0 for Snyder. Now we'll pick off again. This time the ball will hit him off the glove of Luce. So we will be ready for the 1-0 pitch once again. Green comes set. The wind in the deal. Misses just high and out. 2-0. Green appears at first. Now comes set. Here comes the pitch. Misses high. 3-0. So Green will peer in. It'll be 3-0. Winds and deals. This one misses low, and he walks him on 4 pitches. So Farrell will move to second. Snyder will be at first with nobody down, and it will be the catcher, Doug Hadmer, who will come into the game. Hadmer with a strikeout earlier today. Green comes set, deals. Looking to bunt, but he will pull it back, and Green misses high, 1-0. So Green hoping to find the strike zone here, having similar issues as Tenora's pitcher, Birchfield. Here comes the 1-0. Squares to bunt, misses low, 2-0. That's 6 straight balls for Quinn Green. So Hadmer looking to sacrifice bunt, but right now hasn't put one in the zone. Here comes the 2-0. Squares to bunt again, misses high, 3-0. 7 straight balls for Quinn Green. And we'll have a 3-0 count. Right now, he's been flashing bunt. I don't know if that's getting in Green's head or not, but has to kind of block it out. Here comes the 3-0. That one's in there for the first strike. 3-1. Green comes set. Comes the 3-1. It's a bunt. Green will make the play. He'll throw on to first, covered by Goose Miller. And he is out, but it advances the runner. He did his job as runners will be on second and third with 1 down. Did exactly what he needed to do, as it was Quinn Green, and then Miller went over and covered first. So it'll be Liam Benfield in, who has a single earlier in his first at bat. Green with runners on second and third. Corners are in for Bryan. Here comes a pitch. This one missed low. A great block from Bukowski. And stopped it from getting past, which saved a run. So Green now 1-0. Now he'll step off. Benfield in the box. Green, here comes the pitch. Misses inside as Benfield turns away. So now 2-0. Struggling to find the zone is Quinn Green. Here comes the 2-0. Misses high, 3-0. Runners on second and third and 1 out up on the Main Stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near a Main Stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Green will come set, the sophomore. Peers in. Here comes the 3-0. That ball is outside, and another 4-pitch walk this inning has loaded the bases with 1 out. And now Coach Corey Walker will come out, and we will have a mound visit. A good mound visit gets a game back on track, and the Right Trenchless Company can do the same for your home or farm. From water mains to sewer laterals and farm field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing. Call 419-630-0729. We do it right the first time. So, load it up. Got a talk in the infield. We'll huddle up on the mound with Quinn Green and Coach Corey Walker. Got to talk about some situations here. Got to figure out where your outs are and what to do, and if the ball is hit wherever. You have force outs everywhere, so making the right play is very important here. So at the bat will be Ryan Mills, the top of the order. He is 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles, hitting .308 on the year with a home run, 11 ribbies, and an .803 OPS. So the corners are in for Bryan, as we have Farrell on third, Snyder on second, and Benfield on first. Here comes the pitch. Misses low. Another great block from Bukowski. 1-0. Right now, Quinn just has to put one in the strike zone. Making it way too easy right now on these Tinora hitters. Green, not too much experience, only a sophomore. Here comes the pitch. And this one will go up the middle. Watson eats it off the face. Miller makes the play, throws the first. He is out, a double play as it goes off of Watson into Miller's hand, who tagged second and threw it onto first, and they will get out of the inning. I guess you could give him a 6-4-3 double play. What a play from the middle infield as we are headed to the bottom of the fourth, still knotted up at 2, back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
If you served, you may qualify for VA healthcare, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
Welcome back to the Golden Bears Sports Network. We just had a great double play from as Watson took it off the chest, and it bounced its way over to Miller, who was standing on second, who fired to first and turned it. We're headed here to the bottom of the fourth, knotted up at 2. Tinora with 6 hits, 2 errors. Bryan, 2 runs on 2 hits and only the 1 error. So Birchfield still in. He has 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. So it'll be the 6th hole. Bryce Welling, the sophomore, coming up. Jacob Uran and Cole Carlin behind him. Welling with a pop out earlier this game, hitting .306 on the year, no home runs, 8 ribbies, a 765 OPS. Looking for his pitch here, as we will see Coach Rupp down at third base and Coach Tress over at first. Walker still in the dugout. Well, he's leaving for his daughter's preschool graduation, apparently. I think that is why we're seeing Rupp down here at third. Here comes the pitch. This one hit high, but not super deep into center. This ball will be caught. 1 down. So, Jacob Duran will be up. Had a walk earlier in the game and scored. Ended up scoring later on a Cade Carlin single. Comes the pitch. Swung on, and this one is ripped deep into right center field. That'll one-hop the wall. Uran rounds first. He's headed to second. He's going to round second. He's headed to third, and he is in there. The ball bounces to third. Uran will stay at third with a triple, as Birchfield did a great job backing up third base and stopping that from being any more.
It was a great way to start off the inning.
Yeah, he ripped that thing. I mean, that's another one where it's maybe any other park and that one's out of here.
He's had a couple of the last couple games that would have been home runs.
Yeah, he hit one yesterday, hit one foul deep in the left that definitely would have been a home run, and then one hopped the wall yesterday as well. So Cole Carlin trying to score him from third. Here comes the pitch. Misses low, and Uran headed home, and now he's tagged out at third as he runs into one. And I think someone missed a sign there, as that is just confusing. Not sure what was happening there, so he just runs into an out as Carlin took a strike pitch, his first pitch for strike one. And there's strike two. So now Birchfield might just get out of this thing very easily. Comes 0-2. Misses low, 1-2. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he thought it was going to be a squeeze, but Rupp looked more frustrated at Uran than he did at Carlin, so maybe Uran missed the sign. Here comes the 1-2, misses up and out. 2-2. Fights back in the count, makes it even. Birchfield comes set. Here comes the 2-2. Swung and he misses low. 3-2, full count. So Carlin trying to get on base now. Here comes the payoff pitch. This one is hit high into left center field, and that ball will get down. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Carlin at second. He will be held up there by Coach Roop at third. And so a stand-up double for Cole Carlin, which makes the out at third there sting a lot worse.
Yeah, that's the second game in a row where both Carlin and Jacob came up with great hits.
Yeah, they've been hitting the ball very well, but this will bring us to the 9-hole. The freshman Jake Arnold will come up in 296 with a home run, 9 ribbies, an OPS of 750. He had a pop out earlier in the game. Well, Arnold looking for something here against Birchfield. Birchfield comes set. Here's the pitch. Misses just low, 1-0. So, a great day for baseball. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, hit straight back, 1-1. Arnold peers out towards Birchfield. Birchfield takes a peek at second. Now comes set. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, golfed into left field, and that ball's fair over the head of the left fielder. Carlin will score from second. Arnold rounds first, headed to second, and he'll be in there for a stand-up RBI double. And that'll give Bryan a 3-2 lead as that ball was ripped over the left fielder Benfield's head.
Bryan is able to take advantage of Tinora's shallow outfielders.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty shallow, and Bryan with 3 straight very well hit balls. Now brings back to the top of the order. It'll be Cade Carlin, 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles, trying to score Jake from second. 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Misses low, 1-0. So Birchfield got up in the count 0-2 against Carlin with 2 down, and Carlin battled back to get to a full count and then hit a double into a Jake Arnold double, so he was only a pitch away from getting out of this. Here comes the pitch. Misses low and out, 2-0. Miller on deck. Carlin gets set in the box. Birchfield getting the sign. Comes set, takes a peek at second. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss, a big cut. But it'll get past him. 2-1. And Birchfield peers in. Here comes the 2-1. misses outside, 3-1. Oh, Birchfield will step off. And now step back on. Arnold gets his lead at second. Birchfield awaits the sign. Nods, comes set. Here comes the 3-1. Strike two. Carlin shakes his head. But that'll load him up. With 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Bryan just takes a 3-2 lead. Arnold at second. Carlin up to the bat. Time called by Carlin. So reset. Carlin back in the box. Birchfield comes set. Comes a 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Carlin does not like that one. So Birchfield gets him out. And we will be headed to the top of the fifth as Bryan takes a 3-2 lead. We'll be right back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back to the Golden Bears Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. So, Bryan takes a 3-2 lead last inning, a J.A. Buran triple, and then a suicide squeeze attempt. I'm assuming that someone missed the sign on as Uran was tagged out down the third baseline, and then a Cole Carlin double, and then a Jake Arnold double down that left field line. And now the Bears lead 3-2. So Green, here's the pitch. And he misses just outside, 1-0. Comes the pitch. Strike 1 called. 1-1. Comes a 1-1 from Green. Missed outside. 2-1. Comes a 2-1. Golfs this one down the first base line. Loose runs after it, but it'll drop foul. 2-2. So it's Avery Moser up to bat. Green peers in, comes set, comes a 2-2. Misses low, ball 3. Loads this one up. Comes the 3-2. This one misses high, and Green will walk the leadoff batter. And so now Owen Reynolds will come up, the center fielder. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. Moser on first, maybe looking to cause some chaos on the base path. Green is set. Comes a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Reynolds. Green awaits the sign. Takes a peek at first. Comes set. Throws back. And he is in there safely. So we'll be back here at 0-1. Comes the 0-1. Strike one, or strike two is in there. 0-2. Reynolds needs to protect now. Green trying to put him away. Comes the 0-2. Swung on and hit right on the ground. Green will field, throw to first, gets him, but the runner will advance to second.
Down to second. Reynolds out 1-3.
So, we Parker Hancock up. 2 for 2 on the day with 2 doubles, and both of them in that left center gap.
First team or second team all GMC hitting 321.
Quinn Green, here's the pitch. Misses low, 1-0. Green trying to find the strike zone here. He's been pretty good on the day with only 3. Yeah, he does have 3 walks, allowing 6 hits, but 2 strikeouts. Here comes the pitch. Misses in. 2-0.
We said multiple times in our post-game interview on the Bids Life Insurance and Investments post-game show with Coach Tipton, if you had told him we would be
So,
3 at this point in the year,
2-0. Green comes set. Here's the pitch. Strike one called. 2-1.
2 balls for strike to Park.
Hancock gets ready.
Parker back in the box here.
Green comes set. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, hit down the third base line, gets past Uran. Moser will round third. He's headed to the plate, and he is in there, and the throw to second won't be in time. So another double for Parker Hancock, his 3rd of the game.
And I can't remember the last time that I seen
As R is
it had to have been probably the 2013-14.
his first ribby of the game, but he is hitting very well at the plate right now. So that'll tie this one up at 3 here in the top of the 5th. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Alan Birchfield.
Birchfield 0 for 1 with a sacrifice in the first.
Green throws back to second. Hit Hancock's leg. Watson couldn't find it, but he'll be back in there safely. Birchfield 0 for 1 with his sac fly earlier. Comes a pitch. Misses low, and that'll put us at 1-0.
Birchfield, first team all GMC this season, having a heck of a season at the plate and on the mound. Green comes set.
Green peers in. The 1-0. Misses high, 2-0. Could have struggled a bit more with runners on base to put the ball in the strike zone. I don't know if it's just sitting in the back of his mind or what, but right now he's struggling to put it in there. When he does, it's been very hittable for Tinora. Comes a 2-0. Misses outside, 3-0. So a base open at first. Owen Farrell on deck. He's 0 for 2 on the day. That ball's in there. 3-1. I don't think Birchfield had an idea of swinging that bat there. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and hit high and deep into left center field, but Welling is there. Throws back to second as Hancock made it most of the way down the line. But that ball was very well hit. But Welling playing that pretty deep. I think if they were playing at Tenora's depth, I don't think they get there.
Yeah, that's probably a triple.
Yeah, I mean they've done the Golden Bears have done a good job being aware, of their own home territory Tenora's been playing pretty shallow.
Tenora's been hitting the ball far, though.
Yes. Comes a pitch. This is low. A great block from Bukowski, and Hancock will stay at second. Owen Farrell. 0 for 2, 0 for 2 on the day. But reached on an error earlier in the game. Comes the 1-0. That ball is in there, 1-1. So Green trying to get out of here. 2 down, the go-ahead run on second in Parker Hancock, who just hit his 3rd double of the game. Green comes set, the 1-1. That ball is in there, a great pitch for Green on the outside half. 1-2. Green looking for a put-out pitch here. He'll step off. Now Green will come set. Comes the 1-2. Misses low. Another great block from Bukowski, who's been a brick wall behind the plate. That'll put us at 2-2. Green comes set. Comes the pitch. Misses low. Great backhand stop from Bukowski. And so now the count will run full. 2 down. Green wipes his hand down. Peers in. Takes a peek back to second. Comes the payoff pitch. Hit straight up in the air. Uran is going to call everyone off. He makes the catch, and we will be headed to the bottom of the 5th as Tinora, with another double, ties this one up at 3, and we will be right back on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Welcome back on the Golden Bears Sports Network here in Bryan, Ohio at Sumpter Field. Non-league matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Tinora Rams. And I think we're going to see a change in at pitcher here as we're tied up at 3. Tinora, 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. Bryan, 3 runs, 5 hits, an error. So we're going to get a switch in pitcher here. So Owen Farrell will come in to pitch. And let's see here. Maybe. Number 3 at second. So Avery Mosher's been at second. Where was Okay, we're back here. Miller squares to bunt, now pulls back, and ball 1 is thrown by Farrell. Comes the pitch. This one grounded to the shortstop. The new shortstop throws on to first, got him. Number 20, Grady Stark. This one is in there. I'll put us at 1-1. Comes a pitch. Miss. He does get him low. 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. That one's in there. Strike 3 called. Carter Luce goes down on strikes looking. And that'll bring up Camden Bukowski. So 2 down now for the Golden Bears. 3-3 game here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Misses outside. 1-0.
Early on, especially the first couple innings.
1-0. Here it comes. Swung on and hit to the shortstop, who high hops, throws to first, and retires the batter. So a quick inning for Owen Farrell as we are headed to the top of the 6th. And we'll be right back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Welcome back on the Golden Bears Sports Network here in Bryan, Ohio. A 3-3 game headed into the top of the 6th as Tinora, 2 runs in the 1st and 1 in the 5th. They've scored 3 on 6 hits and 2 errors. Bryan, on the other hand, had 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the bottom of the 4th. So they scored 3 runs on 4 hits and just 1 error. As we're getting ready to go, Quinn Green will be still on the mound. Up to bat will be it'll be Grady Stark, who is now playing at shortstop for Tinora. Here comes the pitch. Misses high. 1-0. So, 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That one's in there. 1-1. Stark, his first at bat of the game here. Comes a 1-1. Swung on and fouls it off behind home plate. And that'll put us at a 1-2 count. Comes the 1-2. Misses outside. 2-2. Comes the 2-2. Swung on, fouled, straight back. So, we'll do the 2-2 again. Here it comes. Misses low. Full count. Stark battling at the plate here. Comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and just got a piece of it. Fouls it straight back and will stay full. So we'll do the 3-2 again. Here it comes. Misses high. He walks. So the go-ahead run is on first here in the top of the 6th in Grady Stark. That'll bring up the catcher, Hattemer, to the plate. Runner on first, nobody out for Green. The sophomore Green takes a peek over at Stark at first. Now delivers. Looking to bunt, but this one is low. He pulls it back, 1-0. Can't be going to throw it back, looking for some extra balls, but looks like they're going to have to use that one again. Green will peer in. Gets the call. Comes the 1-0. Squares up to bunt, but fouled straight back and out of play. Quinn Green has been the sole pitcher tonight for Bryan after Camden went all 8 innings yesterday. The 1-1. Looking to bunt as Uran charges in from third. 2-1. So he squared up the bunt every single time. Hattemer looking to move the runner over here. Comes the pitch, squares the bunt again. This time he does go around and it gets past him for strike 2, 2-2. Comes the pitch. Swung on. Hit to Watson. Watson to second for 1 to first, and Hattemer is in there safely. So a fielder's choice. 6-4 as Hattemer runs that one out.
Number 25, Liam Bayfeld. 6'4" on the putout.
Well, 1 down. This will bring up the left fielder, Liam Benfeld. 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Green comes set, Stark at first. 1 down. Comes the pitch. Strike 1 called, 0-1. Green takes a peek at first, now comes set. Comes the 0-1. That ball is just a bit low and outside. I think the Bryan dugout liked that one. 1-1. Well, the sun not peeking through, hasn't all day, and probably not going to by the end. Green comes set. Not a big lead for Stark. He'll throw. This one golfed right at Miller, who makes a snow cone play. Throws to second, throws to first. A 4-6-3 double play will get the Golden Bears out of the inning and will stay tied 3-3 as we're headed to the bottom of the 6th on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Welcome back on the Golden Bears Sports Network. We're in Bryan, Ohio at Sumpter Field in a non-league matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Tinora Rams. We're all knotted up 3-3. Here going into the bottom of the sixth, it'll be Watson Welling into Uran. Well, now ready, here's the pitch. Swung on, hit straight at the third baseman, loses the ball, and it will be an infield single for for Hunter Watson. Bryce Welling will now come up.
The left fielder, number 3, Bryce Welling.
It'll be Bryce Welling now in the box. And a bunt is hit straight back, and Hattemer pops up and makes the catch. And that'll give us one down. So, Jacob Uran will now be up. One down here in the bottom of the sixth. 3-3 tie as Farrell fakes back to first. Comes the pitch. He will go around 0-1. So the 0-1. Farrell comes set. Comes the pitch. Misses inside. Hattemer looked at a pickoff, but will hold, and we'll be at 1-1 with one down, runner on first. 3-3 tie here in the bottom of the sixth. Uran with a triple his last at bat. Comes the 1-1. Misses low and outside, 2-1. Farrell peeks at first, now comes set. Comes the 2-1. Swung on and fouls it straight back. 2-2. He ran 1 for 1 on the day with a triple and a walk. Farrell peers in. The 2-2 throws back to first, and Watson will be back in there.
Second was Watson. If Farrell would have put the ball on the bag, they would have picked him off. Throw was all that high.
So we'll do the 2-2 over again. Watson had a pretty good lead and would start lunging towards second before the pickoff there. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and foul, tips it. It'll hit off the ump's chest. They're going to have a little hug. And they're going to take umpire's timeout. He seems okay. So Hattemer will head out to Farrell to kind of give the home plate umpire a little bit of time to recover here. As he wipes off the play, seems okay. So, looks like we'll do the 2-2 over again. Farrell all back on the mound. We'll do the 2-2 over again. Come set. Winds and fires. Swung on, hit straight up in the air, and this one will move out of play behind the plate. We'll do the 2-2 once again. You're in. Had a very good game last night and continuing it here. Trying to get something going here for the Bears. Watson is moving, swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Watson in there safely. Couldn't get the strike him out, throw him out, double play, but Watson will take second with just one down. Two down, sorry. Kind of a hit and run look there. So Cole Carlin will come up. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a double and a walk. Watson takes his lead off second. Farrell comes set. The pitch. Carlin checks, swings, fouls it off. 0-1. Arnold, the bottom of the lineup, is on deck. So in the bottom of the 7th, we will see, we'll at least get back to the top, at least Tucker Miller. Cole Carlin trying to just take the lead right here and make us not have a bottom of the 7th. Farrell looks at second. Here's in the pitch. Misses low. And Watson is going to go to third, and he'll be in there as Hattemer lost the ball, and Watson took his chance and took third. So it was right in front of him, but I think he thought it got past him, and Watson with a huge secondary lead steals third. So we'll do 1-1 with a runner on third now for Cole Carlin. Misses outside, 2-1. The 2-1. Misses. Oh, it must have nicked off of him as he's headed down to first. So we will see Jake Arnold with runners on the corners, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th, all time knotted up at 3. So he is 1 for 2 on the day with a RBI double and then a pop out in the 2nd inning. Trying to replicate what he did last time. We go ahead, run on third and Watson. Carlin on first. Farrell takes a look at both the runner on first and on third. Now he's going to deal. Strike 1 as Arnold turns away. You kind of imagine Cole taking second here, but we had a similar situation last night where we did not send him. Throws it back to first. Carlin in there easily. Carlin slid back in there, and it'll be 0-1 again. Winds and deals. This one hit straight up high. Birchfield, the third baseman, will move in, makes the catch, and that'll bring us to the end of the 6th. We're headed to the top of the 7th, all knotted up at 3. We'll be right back on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Allie Held Herman is a 2004 Bryan graduate and former Lady Bear basketball player. Allie tragically passed away in 2021, but she saved the lives of many others through organ donation. Allie's family encourages you to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Our mom gave the gift of life. She is a hero. We love you, Mom.
Welcome back on the Golden Bears Sports Network. We are all knotted up at 3, headed into the top of the 7 in this non-league matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Tinora Rams. Quinn Green has been the pitcher for Bryan this entirety of this game, and he will stay in the game here. Number 10, top of the order, Ryan Mills will be up 2 for 3 on the day with a run. So, Quinn Green up to 91 pitches on the day, maybe more. We had a slight mishap with our technology here, so maybe not completely accurate, but he is kind of running up there in pitch count, but he's going to stay out. It's been a common theme for the Golden Bears not to use the bullpen too much.
So the Rams mounting 7 games in 9 days. Like I said, I think Tinora came in and hopped off the bus on the field. I don't know, a couple of guys are getting a day off.
Green will look to continue dealing and let up a run in the top of the 5th on what was the 3rd Parker Hancock double of the game. But Green will deal to Mills. That one's in there, strike 1. Mills 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles and double play. Strike 2. Ball is not left the shoulder. That one came in there at 64, a great pitch. Green gets the signal. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, barely tapped foul. So we will do the 0-2 once again. Mills takes a deep breath, heads into the box. Green is already set. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and barely gets a piece of it again. Stays alive. We'll do the 0-2 once again. Top of the 7th, Hall knotted up at 3. Green has Mills down 0-2, and he will step off the mound. Resets himself, and he's already reset. Mills keeps his foot outside the box. Comes the 0-2. Misses low. I think that's the pitch he wanted, though, and it'll be 1-2. The sun is peeking through the clouds now here. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and smashed. Hunter Watson catches it on a hop, throws to first. He got him. 1 down. That ball was hit pretty hard, but right at Watson. So that'll bring up the 2-hole. Avery Moser, 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, but scored earlier off of that walk. Comes a pitch. This is just inside. 1-0. It's a 1-0. Hit straight up in the air, and Uran and Green head over. Uran, and back goes in and out of his glove. So Moser will stay alive, and we'll have a 1-1 count. Now all 3 of Bukowski, Green, and Uran were sprinting towards the 3rd base dugout right at us. And Uran did get a glove on it, but couldn't squeeze it. So 1-1 count here. Green trying to keep this one tied, headed into the bottom of the 7th. Bears are thinking about another walk-off win. Here comes the 1-1. That one's in there, 1-2, as Green has started to command the strike zone a lot better than he was earlier in this game. Comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He was way out in front. Green slowed it down. So that'll be the second out. A Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a 3rd-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. So now Green with Reynolds up to bat. 1 for 3 with a RBI single and a run and a strikeout. Green's first pitch misses outside. We're at 1-0. Winds and deals. This one hits straight in the air. Uran a chance to redeem himself. Headed to the third base dugout, makes the catch. And we are headed to the bottom of the 7th. And the Golden Bears with a chance to walk this one off as we're all knotted up at 3. We'll be right back on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Allie Held Herman is a 2004 Bryan graduate and former Lady Bear basketball player. Allie tragically passed away in 2021, but she saved the lives of many others through organ donation. Allie's family encourages you to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Our mom gave the gift of life. She is a hero. We love you, Mom.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Welcome back to Ray Sumpter Field here on the Bryan Golden Bears Sports Network. We're all knotted up at 3, headed into the bottom of the 7th. The Golden Bears trying to replicate what they did last night in a walk-off win in 8 innings against Toledo Central Catholic.
Their misrunning in the 4th inning has really come back to haunt them.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can redeem it.
Kind of a botched suicide squeeze that one of them, either Cole Carlin didn't pick up the sign or Jacob Uran didn't, but trying to redeem themselves here. But it'll be top of the order. Yeah, it's exactly what you want if you're Bryan. You got Cade Carlin, Tucker Miller, and Carter Luce. And Cade Carlin's been very good today, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a strikeout. Owen Farrell will stay on the mound. So the sun has come out here, and Bryan, this turned into a beautiful day. Comes the pitch. This is outside, 1-0.
Carlin, 2 for 3 and 2 singles in the first and second.
Comes the 1-0. Swung on, hit straight in the air. Moving over towards the first base line, and the catcher, Hedmer, dives and makes the play for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Goose Miller for the Golden Bears, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. He didn't even lose the head. Who's his headgear? That was a fantastic play from Hadmer there. Miller trying to get something going for the Golden Bears here. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit down the third base line, but foul. I think he liked that pitch. Here we go. Okay, here's the 0-1. And there's some movement over down in the left field line in the bullpen from Jameson Longoria. Here comes the 1-1. Misses low, 2-1. So Miller trying to find any way to get on base here. Carter Luce on deck. Here comes the 2-1. Misses low, 3-1. So Miller, after fouling off the first pitch, gets back ahead in the count, 3-1. Miller. Comes the pitch from Farrell. Swing on. Fouls this one back, and this one will move out of play, and that'll load this count up at full. There's a look at Longoria in the pen. You'd have to think if we do go into 8, maybe Quinn's night is done, or maybe they give him a few batters. And if things get sticky, maybe then Longoria will come in. So, Farrell comes the payoff pitch. And this one foul, it's straight, or it's fair ball. I thought he hit it off himself, but Farrell will come out, make the play, throw to first, and 2 down in the inning. Will bring up Carter Luce, the lefty. That ball was hit straight down. It might even hit off the plate, and it was just not very hard hit, but. So, Carter loose. 0 for 3 on the day. Misses high. Comes the 1-0. And that one misses high as well, 2-0. Luce does a great job of just getting on base, whether it's by walks or hits. Doesn't really matter to him. Here comes the 2-0. Misses high, 3-0. Camden Bukowski awaits on deck, the junior catcher. Farrell comes set, peers into the lefty loose. Here comes the 3-0. Shows bunt. Never thought about swinging, brought it back and takes strike one, 3-1. Maybe tried to make Farrell's mind bend a little bit there. Here comes the 3-1. Misses high. Headed down to first, and so Camden Bukowski, the catcher, taking off his leg guards and will come up to bat. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. The winning run is on first in Carter Luce. They aren't going to run for him. So Bukowski steps in. Farrell comes set. Comes a pitch. Misses outside. They try to back pick Luce, who is back in there safely. Hatmer with a great throw down. 1-0. So Luce will be on first. It'll be 1-0 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Bukowski up. Farrell winds and fires. Misses low and out. 2-0. Winning run is on first. Comes the 2-0 pitch. And that one is in there. 2-1. He just found that outside corner. A great pitch from Farrell. Farrell takes a peek at first, winds and deals. That one misses outside, 3-1. So Farrell going to try to get something done here. Comes the 3-1. And that's a strike. I think Bukowski kind of winces back at the dugout. I think he thought that was a ball. But Farrell just paints the outside half, and that'll load it up. So Luce will be moving here. 3-2 count, 2 out, bottom of the 7th, all knotted up at 3. Comes a payoff pitch. This one swung on, hitting to center. He's running back, he can't make the play. That ball gets past the center field, rolls, and we will have a back-to-back walk-off win. Camden Bukowski an RBI double, and the Golden Bears will win 4-3 in the non-league matchup against the Tinora Rams. 2 nights, 2 walk-offs. And we will be right back with a brief recap of the game after this word from our sponsors. We'll be right back on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Final 4-3 Golden Bears. The Bears played very well and takes down the Tinora Rams. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Camden Bukowski had a walk-off double. And any thoughts on the game, Tuck?
Yeah, Bears really took advantage of Tenora's outfield. They played really short the whole game, and they were able to crush the ball.
Yes.
Got all their runs in by hits.
Yes, so Camden had that one that went over the center fielder's head. We had Cole Carlin hit a double. Uran hit a triple there into right center. So they were playing pretty shallow, and the Golden Bears had crushed the ball and kind of just hit it over their heads. Tinora, I think they played pretty well. I think they executed their keys. A few too many walks, I would say.
A couple of errors, but overall they didn't hurt them too bad.
Yeah, the one was on a single, and Carlin had scored from second. It was a 2-run single for Carlin, and the left fielder kind of bobbled it. But, I mean, besides that, they played a decently clean game. The Golden Bears struggled at times putting the ball in the zone, but I think both teams did. Quinn Green went the distance. And we can talk a little bit about that after our next break. Back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network, we'll hit you with some stats.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan Built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan Built.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. We're going to thank some sponsors. Today's game is brought to you by Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Stark's Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. So, we can get some individual and maybe some team stats here. Ryan Mills, 2 for 4 at the plate with a run. Avery Moser, 0 for 3, but a walk and a run. Owen Reynolds went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Parker Hancock, 3 for 3. I would say he was the best hitter for Tinora with 3 doubles and an RBI. Alan Birchfield went 0 for 3, but a sac fly. Owen Farrell goes 0 for 3. Colton Snyder 0 for 1. Doug Hadmer, the catcher, goes 0 for 1, and Liam Bedfield goes 1 for 2 with a walk. So, for the Golden Bears, Cade Carlin goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. Tucker Miller goes 0 for 3 with a walk. Carter Luce 0 for 3 with a walk. Camden Bukowski goes 0 for 3. Hunter Watson 0 for 3. Bryce Welling 0 for 3. So kind of a big hole there in the middle of the Golden Bears lineup. Jacob Rand goes 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run. Cole Carlin goes 1 for 1 with a walk and a run. And then Jake Arnold winds us up with 1 for 3, and he had an RBI double. Bryan wins 4-3. Tuck Watt, any thoughts?
Yeah, Quinn Green pitched an amazing game throughout
Yes.
the game. He started off shaky, but he really improved throughout.
Yes, we can go some pitcher stats too. So for Tinora, we had Alan Birchfield was out there for 4 innings, letting up 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And then Owen Farrell came in up in relief in the 5th inning. He let up a hit and 1 run earned, and that was the walk-off run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And then Quinn Green pitched a beauty all 7 innings, letting up 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walking 4, which got a little shaky there in the middle, striking out 3 and eclipsing that century mark on his pitch count. Keep up with all Bryan sports action by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Get notified when we go on the air for each game too. Head to youtube.com, Bryan Sports, and hit the subscribe button. Tuck, you have anything to close us out?
No.
It was a great day here. So back-to-back wins for the Golden Bears. The next game we are doing will be on the 19th, Tuesday next week at 5 p.m. That'll be the district semifinal for softball. That is Rossford at Bryan. Tuck, maybe get me a score here for softball. Softball's up in the. Oh yeah, sorry. That will be at Northview. So that'll be Rossford at Bryan, At 5, it'll be the district semi. We want to thank our crew, Director Chris Malenga, Robotics, Miles Northup, Cameras, Monaco Minez, and Jackson Vashaw. The announcers up in the booth here were myself, Cooper Beltran, and Tucker Watson, who came in last minute. This student broadcast is produced by the Golden Bears Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at GBSN. I'm Cooper Beltran with Tucker Watson. Again, your final score is 4-3 Golden Bears. Have a great night, everybody.